Oh no. Oh no.
Well, it is that type of video this week. Kili here from Long Range with the Lilies. Welcome to our channel. If you came for a highlight reel today, I am sorry. You are going to be sorely disappointed. I recently got back from the very first NRL Hunter Grand Slam and Comp Expo 2020. Just a few weeks ago got back and I had a blast at the Comp Expo. Got to see a bunch of products, demo a lot of stuff, meet a bunch of vendors, and generally, meet a ton of people. There were so many people in the industry that I met. Had a great time at the Comp Expo. The Grand Slam, however, was not awesome for me. Probably my worst match I have ever shot at. And, well, you know how we do. Let's just get into it. Okay, so this is stage 1. This is day 2 for me. I do remember I had some trouble finding these targets for sure. Found them both. It is a 2-target, 2-position stage. And magazine in, looking around for where I'm going to shoot.
It's also shifted by a couple of degrees in the last 20 minutes. Spotter's up.
How much?
Spotter's up. Time 2 minutes.
So I wear foamies during a match, and obviously I didn't hear what the RO was saying at that point.
Re-engage.
Okay, so I'm assessing what happened here. Follow-up shot.
Impact.
Great.
Target. Impact.
Okay, first round impact, so I was trying to see what was going on, but my reaction time was a little slow. Move over to the second position, and immediately I get down. And okay, so I want to pause and make a point here. So I get into this position, and immediately I see that it's not going to work. So this is something that we encounter sometimes shooting when we're setting up our positions and looking at our footprint. And in this situation, I remember specifically that my rifle was at an up angle, but my body was at a down angle. And so what happens there is you shorten the distance of your eye relief, so you can't get the proper eye relief going to see through your scope. And so I noticed that. I knew I needed to change positions, so I looked around and I actually move around a couple of different times, make a bipod adjustment, and then I settle in.
Re-engage.
All right, stage number 2. This one we had to run a little bit, so I remember being out of breath on this stage. So I actually found the first target on this stage pretty quickly. Got my dope and my distance. This is a 4-target, 1-position stage. And Something that I'm not incredibly confident in is my scanning and ranging abilities. And I know that sounds kind of silly on like the ranging abilities part, but I'm worried that I'm not ranging correctly and that I'm gonna over range it or not get the hot spot in the right place, and my data's gonna be wrong. So I do take a lot of time ranging the targets multiple times, and what that ends up doing is it eats up a lot of time. Okay, so I'm good to go. Got all my data. But I'm moving pretty slow. And that is kind of a theme for this match. In the moment, didn't really think that I was going that slow. And then I look and I'm just not moving with the quickness or purpose.
Next target. Re-engage.
Nobody likes hearing that 3 times in a row. All right, there it is.
Impact. Next target.
How much time do I have?
27 seconds remaining. Impact. Next target. Impact.
Hell yeah, girl.
Okay, so that one wasn't so bad. Moving on to stage 3. And last year at the cameo at this match, I distinctly remember this stage was pretty rough for a lot of people. And it was again this year too.
Can I see it from down here? Okay.
So this is another situation where I just I'm not super confident. I'm double checking that I'm lined up on the stakes. There are so many times in a match that I have not lined myself up appropriately with the stakes, and it has caused a lot of wasted time scanning in the wrong area. So this is another 4 target 1 position stage. So I found some of the targets.
Are they all in a line?
No.
Troop line.
No.
But obviously I hadn't found all of them and wanted to make sure that I was not wasting time scanning. I'm not really good about asking questions on the clock. Watching some footage of other people, they ask so many questions on the clock. And you can hear the RO say, make sure you ask questions. You can ask questions. Okay, so at this point, I was not confident in what the RO told me about being high enough, and I decided that I was going to take some time and raise up my tripod and try looking from a few inches higher to see if I was missing any targets that were maybe obscured by a bush or a tree or something like that. Found another target.
My time, please.
1 minute.
But again,
15
I'm
seconds.
bleeding time. Probably could have set up, my tripod a little bit like that before. Oh, look, here I go. Now I'm going to lower my tripod again in order to get a more solid shooting position. Tightening things down pretty good. Pad my bag. I do that a lot. Kind of a security thing, security blanket type thing.
Re-engage. Next target. Miss. Time.
Alright, so this is stage 4, and I'm going to call this one, I went up the hard way. This was a basically straight up craggy rock with loose boulders and rocks all over the place. You can tell how out of breath and just tired I am. My movements are super sloppy, and I am I'm pretty tired.
4.
Thank you.
Alright, looking around, and I realized that I was not set up behind the target stakes, and so that was, I don't know how much time that I spent looking for the target in the wrong spot, lined up the wrong way. Oh, checking it again.
Scott.
Found the target. Scott was very sneaky with this one. So there wasn't a whole lot of room up on the top of that area to put your stuff, and I kind of made a yard sale of it.
How much time do I have left, please?
1:15.
Thank you.
Re-engage. Impact.
Okay, so pause. I want to make a point here, but I forgot what my point was. Oh my god. Okay, there it is. Okay, so I want to make a point here. Earlier I mentioned that I wasn't super confident in my range finding abilities, and on this particular stage I remember very specifically, you can hear me say, "Oh, Scott, the target was partially obscured by a sagebrush tree, and I was getting multiple target distances with my rangefinder, and so you see me make an adjustment after the first shot because I did have good recoil management. In this situation, I'm not lined up super good, but I am in a seated position, and I'm set up to have good recoil management, so I was able to see where my miss was, and I dialed up a couple of tenths to correct for that yardage mistake there. Alright, so don't know what's really going on there. Trying to set my bag up the right way. Lots of movement.
Re-engage. Next position.
Alright, so I'm not super stable in these positions. Still probably out of breath from that run up and all the adrenaline.
time.
Okay.
Okay, so stage 5. This one, I almost eat it there, first of all. And get down, start looking, but I'm looking at my gear, looking at a prop here, and seeing how stable it is. And I decide I'm gonna get up on this makeshift fence, start looking for targets. Found one. All right, found the other. And
How much time do I have, please?
2:03.
okay, so that's
2:03.
pretty good
Thank you
time. I
so
made it up
much.
pretty quick. Found the targets within 2 minutes. And again, taking my time, ranging to make sure that my range was right. Now here, I'm not 100% sure what I was thinking. You know, I decided to shoot off of this rickety fence post, or this rickety fence that Scott had set up, rather than going prone. Why didn't I go prone? I don't know. I don't know if I'm kind of freaked out about going prone or what, but decided that standing and shooting was going to be a better option in this situation. Not 100% sure
Impact. Go
why.
to target 2. Impact. Change position.
All right, so I got a second round impact and then a first round impact.
How much time?
45.
So 45 seconds is plenty of time for me to shoot. I know that. And I decided to change my position to get a little bit closer to the corner of this fence post because for some reason I thought it was going to be more stable. Let's see how it works out.
Re-engage.
Nope, didn't work out that way either. So overall, just not a great stage. And after I was done, I looked down and to the right and just asked myself, why didn't I go prone? Okay, so we're gonna pause right here. This is stage 6, the mover stage. And I'm just gonna forewarn you that this stage is an absolute flaming disaster of a stage for me, and you will see why shortly. So I get up, a little discombobulated. I knew in the general area that the mover was going to be in because there's only so many places you can put a mover on the rocks at this shooting complex. So I found the target and I'm like, all right, okay, what position? I'm going to shoot prone right here. No, look around, just kidding. I'm going to shoot off of this rock. Seems like a good idea. I'm going to put my bipod up and you know what? No, I'm just going to abandon that plan and I'm going to try and go prone again. Go to the same spot I tried to go to the first time. And you can see I quickly realize that's not going to work for me. So move around a couple more times. Finally get into my position. Finally get behind the gun. Dial my dope. And I am super like, all right, we're ready to shoot. Close my bolt. Just kidding. You need a magazine and ammunition in order to hit targets. So I get my mag in, get behind the gun. Everything is good to go. Close my bolt.
Clear to
engage. And I just start blasting. Just kept going with it.
Wait for it to change directions.
Wait, sorry, what?
Wait
Oh,
for it
it's
to
per
change
pass, huh?
directions.
It was at that point I realized that it was 1 impact per pass, 2 shots per pass max.
Re-engage. Impact. Wait for it to change directions. Clear to engage. Re-engage.
2 misses and then I'm out. And man, I was pretty fired up after this stage. Was not pleased. Okay, so stage 7. This stage was actually not bad for me. Got up pretty quick. Had a general plan of what I was going to do. I was pretty fired up from the previous stage and pretty determined to do well on this stage. So this it was a 1 target 4 position stage.
Re-engage. Impact.
So pretty good position here. Overall, I didn't clean it, but I am pretty pleased with how this stage went. Trying to make sure my feet don't slip there. Really dig in.
Re-engage. Clear.
Pulled that. I totally pulled that trigger press on that one. Missed that second shot.
What's my time, please?
1 minute.
Oh.
So that is like a complete sigh of relief. I was trying to rush through because I feel like I had been doing that
Re-engage.
a lot in this match. So I slow down here, take my time, take a breath, and as you can see, it does pay off for me. Trying to get everything just right because I knew I had the time. All right, there we go.
Impact. Unload, show clear.
Doesn't seem right. All right, we'll see what happens. What's my time, please?
1 minute, 50 seconds remaining.
1 minute. 50
Okay,
seconds?
so this is
Correct.
a 2 target 2 position stage. I had 1 minute and 50 seconds left, and I took a breather just like I did on the previous stage. Like I said, was feeling pretty confident, getting my position figured out, just taking my sweet little time. And okay, get my magazine in. Look.
Oh no. Oh no.
And I realized that I only had 2 rounds in my magazine, and that was it. So all of that extra time that I thought I had, I absolutely did not have. Luckily, my bag was close by. I hadn't abandoned it somewhere, and I was able to shove a bunch of rounds in, and you hear him say 1 minute remaining. I burned through all of that extra time that I had loading that mag. And so we move on. Dial my dope.
Spotter on.
All right, great. First round impact. Awesome.
Impact. Next target.
Target number 2. Searching a little bit for it. Second round impact.
Impact.
Move. And then there's my time. There's my time. Okay, so there you have it. This video was pretty difficult to do and kind of break down. I noticed where I was losing time. I didn't talk about all the stuff. I didn't have time to really go into detail and break down all the things that I saw in my performance, but I did hit on the big things, you know, my workflow, my footprint, where I was going to shoot from, being confident in my ranging skills, and all of that really compounds together. And day one was a pretty rough day for me. I did fall at the end of day one on stage 19, and it just completely scrambled my brain. And when you compact that with a not good performance, it's really easy to get down on yourself. And I did not go into day two super confident. I did do better on day two overall, I feel like, with my performance, but still it was not a good performance, especially comparing to the performance that I have had in the race gun series before. So this is a huge reflection and learning opportunity for me. It's really hard to put the bad stuff out there. But as we have said so many times in the past, this is our journey. We are sharing our journey with you, and it's the good and the bad, and this is definitely the bad. It's not always going to be puppy dogs and rainbows, and in order to get better, you have got to look at the bad, evaluate, and then take that information and go to a professional, go to a mentor, go to somebody that you trust who's better than you, and say, hey, what can I do in order to improve in this area? And that is my plan. So thank you so much for being here on this agonizing journey with me. I really appreciate it. Thank you to all of the people that made this match happen, and a special thank you to the people that were in my squad watching me struggle and being just amazing cheerleaders. I've talked about the people in this community before and how important they are to me, and I mean it. And the squad that I had at this match, just really, even though I had a not great performance, they made it completely worth it, and I'm really thankful for them. So if you like what you see, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, you guys, and being on this journey for us. We'll see you out there.